Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Urvashi, and today in this video is based on one of the very frequently asked questions in the comment section and even otherwise. So I thought I need to clarify this before we even go any further with any topic. So the question here is, what is more important? Is it the ascendant that is more important? Is it the moon sign which is important, or is it the sun sign which is important? And so one of the basic questions for all the monthly horoscope transit videos is also whether we should see it from the ascendant or whether we should see it from the moon. And even when you're looking at a chart and you want to see the results that the person will get, then again the question is whether you should see it from the ascendant or whether you should see it from the moon, and even in fact from the sun. So this is a very common question, and this is one very common confusion in almost everybody's mind. So I thought I'll just clarify this a little bit so that there's a little more clarity in all our minds. So the difference between the three, first of all, the moon is our mind. The moon is how we feel. The moon is the natural significator of the fourth house, of all the feelings, comforts, your mother. Your comfort is connected to your mother. And it's your feelings. The fourth house is home, your happiness, your inner happiness, how you feel inside. So as good as your fourth house is and the condition of the moon is, that much happy you are. But it's not just the moon. When you're seeing the moon as a Rashi, in whichever sign your moon is posited, then you have to see the entire chart in relation to that moon. So you can see all the houses in relation to that moon. You can, for example, see the fourth house from the moon is extremely important to see how really happy you are. So it's the moon and the fourth house from the moon. And from the moon, it's important to see the fourth house to see how you feel about, are you really happy inside? Are you at peace inside? Or how disturbed you are? How you feel about children is what you will see from the fifth house. How you relate or feel about children. And similarly, how you feel about relationships. How do you feel about relationships, other people? You will see from the moon and the seventh house from the moon. How you feel about religion, spirituality, moon, and the ninth house from the moon. So this is all your feelings. And how do you feel about your career? Again, the moon and the 10th house from the moon. So your entire feelings are seen from the moon chart. And whatever you want to know about how you feel about, or how a person feels about anything, what are the person's likes and dislikes, you can see from the moon chart. From there you will see what the person really likes. Now, what is an ascendant chart? What is an ascendant? Ascendant is you. The first house, like we say, is your head, is your brain. So the ascendant is your intelligence, and the intelligence decides on what is important for us and what is not important for us. So your intelligence will decide on the decisions that you make. The moon will decide on the feelings that you have towards anything. The ascendant will decide on what is good for you, what is not good for you. So the moon will not think about what is good for you. The moon will just it's just the feelings part, whereas the ascendant is the decision making part, is the intelligence part. So from the ascendant you can see how this person will be towards whatever. Towards the seventh house would be towards relationship, what his intelligence will be vis-a-vis relationships, what his intelligence will be vis-a-vis his career. So the entire intelligence, decision making, how you decide what you feel will be good for you, so you will decide accordingly, you will behave accordingly. Now, dependent on which of the two is stronger will take over. For example, if your moon is much more stronger than the ascendant, if the moon is very strongly posited, aspected by benefics, whereas the ascendant is weak, afflicted, so then the person's likes and dislikes will overweigh his intelligence, and most decisions will be made according to what he likes, or those decisions will be in favor of what he likes. Whereas if the ascendant is stronger, if the intelligence is stronger, then the person will not just go with what he likes. Then the person will decide in a more objective manner based on what he thinks is right. So here the intellect will play a stronger part. So if you're reading a chart, and let's suppose you have to find out the best planets for a child and the subjects the child should take. So of course you will see from the lagna or the ascendant or the rising sign. But if you do not feel, or if you discuss with the child and you feel the child just doesn't, maybe that the child will feel those are right for him. Going down the line, maybe he'll feel that he should have done those things, but his likes will be seen from the moon. So if the native is not able to decide on the right subjects that he should take, if you're seeing from the ascendant and you're not able to decide because the child is not interested in taking those subjects, then you can focus on the planets that you see are stronger from the moon, because from the moon you will see what he really likes to do. And naturally, if you enjoy doing something, then you will make a lot of effort in that direction, and then you can achieve success. So this is how you see between the ascendant and the moon. So if, yes, like I said, if the ascendant is stronger, then the person would use his intellect and decide accordingly. If the moon is stronger, then you can use the moon chart. So you can use both the charts. You can use the lagna chart, the rising chart, or the moon chart, either of the two. But if you're seeing a monthly horoscope or a transit, then see from both, because naturally you will also feel, and you will also, your intelligence will also work in a certain direction. So it will be a combination of both. So if from the moon a certain house gets afflicted, then the feelings towards those things could be little negative, little sadness could be related to that house. But from the ascendant, if that area is strong, then the intelligence will make certain decisions regarding those areas and do well in those areas. So for example, if the fourth house, let's suppose, is afflicted, then there could be some sadness, some sad feelings in the heart. But if from the moon, if the fourth lord is afflicted, let's suppose, but from the ascendant, if you're seeing the fourth house is getting the aspects of all the benefics, then here, and the ascendant is strong, then the person may be able to take certain decisions related to the fourth house that could benefit him in the long run. So you have to, if whatever your moon sign is, whatever your ascendant sign is, if you're watching transits, if you're watching horoscopes, then watch for both. Because it is the culmination of both those things that will help you decide on what to do and what not to do. The moon will give you your feelings related to everything, whereas from the lagna or the ascendant you will be able to see what kind of decisions will be favorable for you. So that is how you see both, and you should see both. If you're only following the horoscopes related to your ascendant and not the moon, and if there is a lot of affliction in transit related to the houses in the moon, then the feelings will be very strong, positive or negative, towards those houses, but you will not be able to identify them or connect with the readings that you're getting just from the lagna. So, but if you hear a reading also for your moon chart, and if you get to hear certain negative things related to those houses, then you may be able to relate more with those readings. So the readings should be seen from both the moon as well as the ascendant. Now there is a third sign which is equally important, which is the sun sign. And in Western astrology, I think the sun sign is given the maximum importance. Sun sign is also very important because the sun is our soul, and it shows the soul's journey. It shows our destiny. It shows what we ultimately will be doing or what we are here to do. We are here to go through that journey. The soul has already decided that this is the journey, and the soul is here to go through that journey. But once we are in this birth, we forget about that. We forget that we are supposed to be going through that, and we cannot relate to that. So the sun chart is something that you may not be able to relate to. So transits in Vedic astrology are not so much seen from the sun chart as they are from the ascendant and the moon chart, because the moon is how we feel, and in this yug, that is all we are doing. It's all about feeling, wanting, and about intelligence. We are not so much connected to our soul, so we may not be able to connect to transits related to the sun chart. but we have to be watching the transits related to both the moon and the ascendants. Or even if you're reading charts, then of course you have to consider the sun chart as well. But if you're seeing only transits, then the moon and the ascendant are very important, because you can relate to them, you will understand them, and you will connect with them immediately. So the sun chart also tells us about all the resources available to us, all the talents that we have. It tells us a lot. But if you're watching monthly horoscopes, then I suggest you watch them from both the ascendant and the moon chart. If both the readings are positive, then that will be a great month for you, because the feelings will be positive and you feel you will be able to take the right decisions to get the right results. So things, how they manifest in front of you, would be really positive. So this is the difference between the three charts. So don't look at the monthly horoscopes only from the ascendant or from the moon. You will not be able to connect so much with those readings. But if you see the readings for both the signs, and then try and understand what all is positive in each of the charts and what all is not so positive, then you will see that during that month or during that year you are able to connect to that reading. And I hope I am clear about the difference between the 3 points and how to utilize them or how to see them. So for anything, if you're seeing career, look at the ascendant chart and then also look at the moon chart, because that is equally important. If you're looking at marriage, again look at both the charts. In fact, look at the sun chart too if you're looking at a career, because that will tell you the resources that are available to you, the talents that you have, the strengths that you will have. And so all 3 charts are equally important, but for transits, the ascendant and the moon are very important. So that is all for now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.